My boyfriend left me for my roommate, so I bought the house they live in and made him pay me rent. I know it sounds like something straight out of a movie, but it's my life. And it's proof that sometimes karma doesn't knock. It kicks the door down wearing high heels. My name's Claire Thompson. I'm 29, and I'm a marketing consultant in Austin, Texas. I have been dating Jake Miller, 31, a personal trainer, for almost 3 years. Jake was charming, tall, athletic, always the guy who lit up a room. We met at a local fitness expo, hit it off instantly, and moved in together after a year. Our apartment was a cozy 2-bedroom in East Austin. The second bedroom was originally for my home office, but when my childhood friend Melissa needed a place to stay, I offered her the room. She'd just gone through a messy breakup and promised she'd only stay for a few months. Melissa and I had been friends since high school. She was bubbly, spontaneous, and loved going out. She and Jake got along, which I thought was great. I mean, what's better than your partner and your best friend being friends too, right? Life felt good. I was working from home, Jake was growing his client base, and Melissa was rebuilding her life. I had no idea I was setting the stage for my own heartbreak. It started with little shifts I couldn't quite place. Jake began working late more often, except sometimes he'd come home smelling faintly of perfume, not mine. Melissa started spending more time getting ready in the evenings, even when she claimed she was just going to grab groceries. She and Jake started sharing inside jokes at dinner, laughing about things I wasn't part of. One Saturday, I woke up early to find Jake and Melissa sitting on the couch, whispering and abruptly stopping when I walked in. When I asked what was so funny, Melissa said, "Oh, nothing, just talking about gym stuff." I ignored it. Told myself I was being paranoid. After all, Melissa was my friend. Jake was my boyfriend. But then, Jake's phone started blowing up at night. When I glanced at the screen one evening, I saw a text from Melissa, "Same time tomorrow," followed by a winky face. I felt my stomach drop. The truth came crashing down on a Thursday afternoon. I had an early meeting canceled, so I came home earlier than planned. As I opened the apartment door, I heard music playing from Jake's speaker. And laughter. The kind of laughter you only hear when two people are way too comfortable with each other. I walked down the hall, and there they were. Jake and Melissa tangled up on the couch, kissing like they'd been doing it forever. Melissa's eyes went wide. Jake stammered, "Claire, it's not what it looks like." But we all knew it was exactly what it looked like. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just said, "You have until tomorrow to get your things out." They moved out together a week later. I was devastated but determined not to let them win. A month later, I learned through a mutual friend that Jake and Melissa had rented a little house just a few blocks away. I shrugged it off until I saw a for sale sign in their yard 2 months later. Curious, I checked the listing. The price was low, very low. The owner was moving overseas and needed to sell fast. I had savings, good credit, and a petty streak a mile wide. I bought the house. I didn't tell Jake or Melissa until the lease renewal came around. That's when they got a letter from their new landlord, me. The first time Jake saw me at the property inspection, his face went pale. Melissa avoided eye contact. From then on, every month, they sent me rent money. I made sure to keep things strictly professional, but I won't lie, every time their payment hit my account, I poured myself a glass of wine and toasted to poetic justice. They lasted less than a year in that house before breaking up. Jake moved out first, then Melissa. I kept the property, renting it to much nicer tenants. I also kept my dignity and a reminder that sometimes the best revenge is simply putting yourself in a position of power. I've since bought 2 more rental properties. I'm thriving, dating someone new, and I no longer ignore my gut when something feels off. Subscribe to Silk Mirror for more stories where betrayal meets poetic justice. Moral: when people betray you, don't waste your energy on screaming matches or public drama. Instead, focus on building yourself up so high that they have no choice but to look up at you.